a boy or a boy check something I don't know, Uncle Sona help me. A boy crochet a trapper, it behaves differently. Meaning if you get into a certain situation, you behave. I mean, it's a fresh love for goodness sake. Yes. 6 months, so he'll behave differently. He will say, "Oh, I will take the baby," but you've been with this guy for 4 years. So she asked the question again. The devil, you know better than the angel. You don't know. Well, I don't know, but I think she should take it slow. I think that it's too early, and for the guy to even say that, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind, you know, taking the baby, and you know, but let's still take it slow. But again, you think about it. Her husband said, "I would want to hold on with a divorce." So you holding on with a divorce, I mean, are you in or out? Yeah. Is he in or is he out? So she needs to really take her time.
So Emma,
yes.
Nana, when you saw the letter, what ran through your head?
It's quite a dicey situation here. Basically, I don't trust this new guy.
You think?
Yeah. I don't trust that he forgives too easily.
Well, okay.
I believe so, because he knows the situation that the girl is facing now. And then you go on and say, I don't mind having you and your baby from another man. It's going to create a whole lot of mess.
Sure.
Basically, the girl created a mess. She created a mess. You're going through a divorce, and then you go to your husband's house to pack your things. And then one thing leads to another. I mean, why not just stay in that marriage then? Obviously, you still have something for him.
True.
You still love him. So stay in that marriage to save everybody the stress. Because now you're going into a new relationship with another man's pregnancy. Your husband will always be on your case and the other guy's case. He's not going to let, but the husband as well, he's a confused man.
We'll come to that. Counselor, opening arguments. Your thoughts when you saw the letter?
Well, when I saw the letter, I read through the letter the insanity of a desperate, loose woman.
How do you mean? Would you like to clarify that?
In that clarification, some will get it, some should not get it, some shouldn't attempt getting it. What I mean is that you are married, and you say your husband is
a serial cheat.
A serious cheat. When did they start? Before, during, or after? You see, that's the first thing you ask yourself.
From the letter, let's just deduce that it was after the marriage.
Well, if your husband starts cheating after the marriage, remember that cheating is part of marriage.
Is it really?
Yes. If you are not married, you can't cheat. AJ, have you cheated before? Don't answer, because if you answer, the TV will go off.
No, I haven't.
She can answer. Have you cheated before? Because you are married. So cheating is reserved for the married.
But why would you say that? Why would you say marriage?
If you are not married,
for
no. If you are not married, can you cheat? No.
In relationships, people consider things cheating.
So when your boyfriend dies, you'll be a widow.
You say this all the time, but then
so I'm saying that where there's no commitment, don't go and make a mistake and talk about cheating. You give yourself a license to prostitute yourself sexually. Don't call it cheating. You are exploring and getting your money.
Okay.
You see,
for the benefit of this conversation.
For the benefit of the conversation,
the woman is married. She's allowed to cheat. So there's allowed cheating in the relationship.
The thing is not allowed. But when you buy banana, the peel is part of what you are paying. You decide to use it for manure, chew it, or bury it, or throw it in the dustbin. So it's a choice.
Informing the public.
Well, keep your misinformation until I learn.
But if
but you almost sound like you're counselor. You almost sound like you're
promoting cheating.
That cheat. Okay, well, let's
promoting cheating. You can use any word. But what I'm saying is that if you're not married, you can't cheat. So anybody who makes the intent to marry, remember that there are two things that you can't avoid in marriage: cheating and divorce.
Why not?
Which means when you find your partner doing it, never blame yourself for the fault. I have cases where women have given anal sex foolishly because they think that is what will keep their husband home. Let me tell every married woman that you're watching me, there's nothing, including my wife, that you can do to keep your husband home.
Okay.
It's a choice to stay home. We're not created to be homemade. We are outmade. So for you to bring us home, there are a lot of things you need to do. This is not to justify cheating. But when you chance on your husband cheating, there are a lot of things you can do to keep this man's guilt higher. Because if a man is well treated and he cheats, he has a lot of guilt around him. But the way the woman is writing the letter, that continuously the husband is cheating, it means that the man has no guilt to cheat. And after all this cheating, you are able to go drunk for him to have sex with you. She's a very stupid woman. Okay. That's my first impression in the letter. And as for divorce, she's asking for, what is divorce? You are wasting time. 6 months external living at each other. What is wrong with you? You are even 40 years no child. And within that time, you can just meet a guy. It means that this girl is a hot commodity. Okay. So why should such a hot commodity be kept by such a lunatic called a husband? And begin to do all these things to the extent that he can go and then go and have sex with this guy? What if it's not just pregnancy? But in his act of running his zip everywhere, he's giving you an infection. This is why I say she's a stupid girl.
Now, coming to my next question, even with the conversation on social media, a lot of people were towards the idea that, well, he's cheated, doesn't matter, continue the relationship. And I think this is a mindset that a few share, that, okay, cheating, well, it's happened, let's move on. Should cheating in a relationship or a marriage be a deal breaker? Should if a partner cheats, should that be the end of a relationship?
Well, I mean, I'm a Christian, so I like to draw lessons from the Bible. When you read, I think Matthew, I'm not quite sure, but I know it's in Matthew.
You go make a mistake, I'll correct you.
It's in Matthew, Jesus said that even in Malachi chapter 2 verse 16, the Bible said he hates divorce. Jesus hates divorce.
God hates divorce.
Yes, he does hate divorce. Yes, and again, if you read from the book of Matthew, it tells you the grounds that a Christian or a married man or a married woman could divorce the spouse. So if you're a man and you cheat on your wife, or your wife cheats on you, you can divorce him. Yes. So again, if you want to draw on that, and then this same Bible saying that I hate divorce, so you toss between, what do I do? Do I stay in the marriage? Do I divorce? So I really think that if she's realized that the man is changing, and if it boils down to happiness again. Will I be happy with this man? I mean, he's going out a lot. Will I be happy staying in this marriage? So you draw lessons. God said we shouldn't cheat. The Bible again said we should forgive our spouse when they do all of that. I really want her to stay in this marriage. I would advise she stays. She's looking at me funny, but yes, I advise. I'm not. I advise.
So cheating is not a deal breaker for you.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that forgiveness 77 times 7, the Bible says. So someone does something, and then this is 4 months. So how many times? So 77 times 7. I think that.
But in the reverse,
where children are
women, I think by societal standards are preconditioned to accept cheating, especially when you've invested a lot in a relationship. You have kids. You spend 4 years in a relationship, or you've built a life together. You've been together for 10 years, whatever it is. Cheating or him slipping is not really something that you throw all of this away. That's a lot of the preconditions that women have been given to. But in this particular situation, if it's flipped around, do you think a man will really stay with a woman that has cheated consistently and catches her all the time?
Men, no.
I doubt.
Men, well, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. Let's me say me. So my husband sees that I go with other men. In fact, that'll be it. That will be it. But again, the Bible uses he and that in both contexts. So it could be a woman, it could be a man. Let's just take the Bible as it is. Yes, the Bible said no divorce. The Bible said no divorce. Well,
the Bible didn't say
marriage.
that.
If the Bible says I hate divorce, I hate divorce.
No, the Bible didn't say that. The Bible gives permission for divorce,
yes,
isn't it?
On the grounds of
so then it means that nobody can be killed in marriage and say God doesn't like divorce, so stay and die. You can divorce.
But no one is killing anyone.
So I'm saying, no, somebody's dying here.
But
you know your husband is using your machine for something else. He's showing other dresses. And because God says no, divorce, and then but
let me come to you, counselor. As a counselor and probably hearing a lot of issues every single day, do you think cheating is or should be a deal breaker in a relationship? You see, especially after a lot of investment.
Let me tell you one of the punishment that the church is doing on church members. And I'm saying this because she's a Christian, she's using the Bible more than necessary. Let me explain this. People are given the option to discuss issues when their husbands cheat.
Okay.
If you are lucky your husband cheated, doesn't bring child home. That's why I say that any man who cheats with condom is very faithful. I mean very, very faithful.
Pardon me? Would you like to clarify that?
Let me finish.
Okay.
Any man who cheats with condom is very, very faithful.
How do you mean?
But stupid. Because using condom is not easy. You need to maintain erection to fix it. So within this time, if you can still decide that you're going through a wrong place, then among all men, you're very stupid. But if you can go and do it and don't bring any burden home, that is the level of faithfulness. Because you are doing it and thinking about bringing children home, bringing sickness to your wife, but just you still want to satisfy your exploration, so you want to go ahead. So that's why I say that a man who cheats with condom is very, very, very faithful, but stupid in silence. Now, let me continue from that angle. So when these issues happen, they sit like this, and they say, "Anyashi, pacify and forgive, blah blah." Then they go. Now this is what happens to the people in the church. When they close from church and you are talking to other people, can we leave, honey? This is what happened, and then so they punish each other, and your freedom has not been caged. For men, for women, it's worse. You can't go out alone. They don't want to see you on your phone anymore. They want to know everything you're doing because they thought that because they didn't guard you properly, that is why you did it. So people forgiving each other after cheating. For me, where I sit, I don't just settle cheating issues by forgiving. I see if it's necessary to forgive. Because I have cases where people come, AJ, and they are forgiving and they've given a standing order. I'll forgive you. But this child out of wedlock, I never want to set my eyes on him. If you tell your husband this nonsense, are you a woman?
A nonsense?
Because in the first place, I've left the home, committed an adultery. You have the right to leave the marriage.
And you moved on, for goodness sake.
No, I left the marriage, impregnated this woman, and then you have called. You say yes, I don't want to marry her, but I have a child. Will you forgive? You say yes, but my order is that never will I want to set my eyes on this child. Who are you? Who is saying that? Do you know what you're saying? So when this child is sick, they shouldn't call me. This child shouldn't know that they have other step siblings. Is that what you're telling me? And you believe when you take this stand in a meeting, it makes you the big woman, it makes you the foolish woman. If you cannot contain the nonsense I brought home, leave the marriage for the nonsense to come and stay. It's painful. Now you have cases in your office where people's BP are going up because the son of their husband at the moment is rising so much that they can't contain what is happening. The husband is still coming home because the child he went out of wedlock to deliver is a sickler. So every 2 hours they are calling him, and the woman is dying because the husband is where?
No, but in this case,
I get what I'm saying here.
In this
so
case,
forgiving cheating partners, it's not an easy commodity, especially when out of the cheating they brought an excess baggage home. I get in the picture, or you find out that the woman your husband went to cheat with is better than you. So it kills you.
So it should be a deal breaker.
Why should it be? For you to rather suffer, break it
and walk away.
And walk away. And look at this girl we're talking about. If you can break marriage and other men are interested in you, it means that you are too marketable to stay in this damn deal. My God.
Okay. Now moving on to Amma. Would you personally walk away from a relationship because a man has cheated?
I think men cheat regardless.
You think?
Men cheat. It's part of them. It's in their genes. I've got this friend. I've got this friend that says, if you marry one, you cheat. You have a girlfriend. If you marry two, you have a girlfriend. If you marry three, you have it. So why marry many wives when you can still have a girlfriend? That's his concept.
Okay.
One wife, you still need a girlfriend. He thinks 2 wives, so you rather stick to 1 wife and cheat with 1 girlfriend. Men cheat regardless, but a man should be assertive in everything that he does to cause as little damage as possible.
So men can cause damage?
Men will cheat.
So men can cause damage?
Well, she says, I should say some men. No,
it's not a
deal breaker.
We have gotten into a point as a society that
God, men don't commit adultery.
Of the fact that
men don't commit adultery. It's only women who commit adultery.
Why don't men commit? Why are men above it?
You men don't commit adultery. They exploit.
So it's okay for women to exploit. So they are exploring.
In the anatomy of a man, one of the most disgraceful organ God ever created is the male organ. Very disgraceful. Anywhere you put it, they are excited. You understand? So if you see the way they are created, they can always disgrace themselves. But the sacred, sanctimonious, holistic thing we have seen is what you are carrying. So these things cannot go and then be borrowing everywhere. But what I'm carrying is borrowable. That is why a tiny atrocity is a woman. But then you know what I'm saying?
I've also heard debates about the level of respect. People have said that men will cheat, but it takes a man that is respectful of you to want to hide it exactly from you.
AJ,
I don't know. But to hide
it, will hide it from you, and that in front of you, nothing like that will be shown. But then a disrespectful man like the letter is a man that will openly flaunt it and not care about whether you know if your friends are calling you in your house telling you have seen your husband somewhere or the other. So there are two different kinds.
No, who sends your friend to call I've seen your husband with somebody?
Our conversation today, it's like it's fine to cheat. It's okay for men to cheat. That's
have you been
for
a man
you and
before?
I have a huge
I'm a man,
problem.
I'm sitting here. Ask me.
Have you cheated before?
Not yet.
Have you?
Not yet.
When are you going to start?
I have not cheated yet.
When the need arises.
When the need.
But Councillor,
so cheating is a need.
What's wrong with you?
You asked a question, I'm answering, my dear.
Anyway.
Well, especially with that one, you said that a man that cheats with a condom is a faithful man. I have a problem with that.
Why?
Because why should you cheat at all?
The question is that
you made a point to pledge your life and start a new life with a woman, and you have decided that amongst all women, this is the one that you have selected.
Thank you.
And you have decided to settle down.
Thank you.
And make a wife out of her.
Thank you.
So why decide at some point in time that you're going to go out and find another woman and do that and not be?
That's what I'm telling you, that if the man can stay erect, maintain erection, and fix condom, that time frame is an opportunity to decide not to do.
Think about.
So I think we should be talking about getting people to stop it instead of continuing. But we'll go for a quick break. We'll come back. that is a subject for another conversation. But you are tuned into Tales from the Powder Room. When you come back, we'll be talking some more about the letter in question, and of course, reading out some messages that you send on social media. So do send in your messages. Join in the conversation at GHONE TV on Twitter, Facebook, and as well on Instagram. When we come back, we'll be reading some more messages right after this.